everyone, Royce here and welcome to the channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we are going to feature another Sansevieria species, and this species is named as sinus-simiorum. I'm sorry if I have pronounced it wrongly, but I will include the spelling of the species name on the left hand corner of this content. And this is actually a variegated type of the species. I also have the non-variegated type, which is this one. So this specimen is due for repotting. As you can see that it's already breaking the pot that's in it. This is, by the way, a concrete pot, so I'll have to get it out of the pot. I'm not sure if I can do the drumming method on it or the tapping method to remove the plant from the pot that it is in, but we'll try to do so. If not, I'll have to break the cement pot because it's also very heavy, and I'm transferring it to a slightly lighter, which is a plastic pot. So right now I'm just showing you a preview, and then later on we'll work on it. We'll try to remove it from the pot, and then we'll check the root system. Like I mentioned, this is the variegated type that I am showing you, and I also happen to have the non-variegated type from here. This is one of the forms that it takes when it sort of matures, but depending on what you would define mature with the word mature, because it has to grow old. This right here is younger than the one that I have on the lower part of the pot, and this is also due for repotting. It's almost too big for the pot that it's in. So later on we'll discuss further with regards to the form that it takes, with regards to having a rosette form like one I'm showing you right now. This is the first, actually this isn't the first plant that I have, or the first sinus-simiorum that I have. I bought it before, and it's not variegated, so it variegated under my care. It showed its variegation after taking care of it for a couple of years, and this is how it looks like right now. This is the one in front of it actually is an offset, and it kind of ruins the beauty or form of the plant itself, for the specimen itself. That's why I decided that it really needs to be repotted. And some of the leaves were damaged on the offset, and this is because of if you are following the channel, one of the largest Bella silver affinis that I have fell from a higher rack into this offset and did this damage to the plant. So I'm not sure if I can still make it prettier, but I'm planning to separate that offset from its mother plant. So this one isn't really quite like the growth that I'm showing you in the wild. They grow in very, very long singular leaf structure or form. So it's just one long leaf like what I'm showing you right now. But like I mentioned, this one is older than the one that you're seeing, the one that's growing in a singular form or singular leaf form. And I can't really explain if it's maturity or if it's the rise of maturity that makes it grow as such. But in the wild, especially in Africa, when where it is gathered, they would grow singular leaves, which is very very tall and very plump. This specimen, though, I think is inhibited because of the small pot that it is in. So I'll be deciding to also separate this non-variegated from or repot it to a slightly bigger pot. Same with the variegated version of it. The variegated version is randomly appearing on the leaf, so some of the variegations would reach to the center part, some variegations would be on the sides, so it is in Chinayan's words, the variegations on it is striations. So striated, this is a striated sinus-simiorum specimen, because the variegations on it are in random, so it's not appearing just on the sides, because if it's on the sides we can call it marginated. If it settles on the center, then some of us calls it mediopicta. If the variegations are stable and occurring in uniform form, then we could call it striolated, meaning that the variegations on them are stable and in uniform appearance, or they occur in a uniform pattern on the plant's leaf. However, the one that I'm showing you right now is striated, because the variegations on them are at random, like I already showed you. Some are appearing on the can reach on the center part, some are just on the side, so pretty random for the type of variegations on the sinus-simiorum. So folks, I'll be back, and maybe later on, or before we move on to the next part of this content, wherein we will try to repot it, let me just give you a brief history of the plant. So this Sansevieria species is collected by Dave Richards, and it has the collection number of R1734. It is well documented and published. It is said to be found on top of a rocky outcrop that is 10 kilometers southeast of Monkey Bay, Malawi. So that is where this Sansevieria species was found. So folks, I'll be right back, and perhaps I'll show you it might be boring if I show you the whole extent of repotting it, so I might just time lapse it and show it on this content, and then at the end part we'll discuss further about the characteristics of the species known as sinus-simiorum, the one with the collection number R1734. So folks, I'll be back, and we'll start doing some maintenance and repotting with regards to the specimen of sinus-simiorum, Sansevieria sinus-simiorum. All right. Alright, folks, so we're back and we have finished repotting or transferring the sinus-simiorum specimen, the variegated one with the offset, and I changed the pot to a just a plastic pot. It's an octagonal pot, and it would be easier for me in the future with regards to if it has offsets and I decide to uh, propagate the offset or transfer it, then it would be easier for me. This is one of the best specimen that I have for sinus simiorum. Aside from it being variegated, it is the one with the most leaf count with regards to the sinus simiorum specimen that I have. Uh, and we are going to describe the characteristics of it on this last part of the content. So first would be the leaf texture. I would say it's pretty smooth, but it's bumpy. Smooth but bumpy, not rough. uh, I might have recorded it to be rough during the first uh, stages of me collecting Sansevierias, but upon feeling more and more of Sansevierias under my care, I would say that this is still smooth to the touch, except that there are bumps on it, um, but still pretty smooth and not sandy or like sandpaper. No, it's not. It's really smooth to the touch. That it's with regards to the back shell. This is the bottom part of the leaf, and this is the inner part of the leaf, which is usually the topmost portion with the normal leaf plants or the thin leaf type or broad leaf type Sansevierias. This one should be the top and this one should be back, but because Sinus mariorum grows very chunky, and there are some cases when they're planted directly into the ground, or when they are found in the wild, they would grow into singular leaf form, like what we have here, which is still very chunky. uh, Upon feeling it, like I mentioned, it's smooth but really bumpy to the touch, not like the ones when you feel um, the species that are mostly rough leaf. Folia. Rugusi means rough, translated in Latin to English. They are not rough like rugusifolia. They're smooth, but there are bumps when you try to feel them. Bumps are different from rough texture, so I had have to clarify that. So again, this is how my variegated sinus looks like. It's not too yellow, and that's what I like about this variegation, because it's not too yellow, not really bright, but it's kind of neon like in color, rather than I'm not really into the uh, Sansevierias that have really bright yellow color in terms of variegations. I just like the slightly colored Sansevieria when it comes with variegation. So this is really one of my favorites. This is how the variegations would look like. There are still green parts on them, not really overly yellow. um, I'm showing you how the rest of the leaves would look like in terms of variegation. So it's pretty random, not too bright. Like I mentioned, you can still see the pattern on them, and pretty much they're random, so you can't distinguish it being staying and just the size of the leaf or center part of the leaf. So it's pretty random, which, like I mentioned, is created when regards to calling it as per 1J9. So that's with regards to the leaf texture. Smooth top and back part of the leaf, adaxial or baxial. It's just that the leaf is really bumpy to the touch, so not really rough, I would say. Still smooth but bumpy. So that's how I would describe it. And this is how the leaf tip would look like. For the rosette form, for the singular leaf form, that would be the how the leaf would look like. So with regards to why they form into singularis form or singular leaf form in the wild, that is still beyond me. I can't really explain that as of the moment. Some experts would say that when you plant them deep into the pot, it would stimulate them to grow. This one is planted narrow, so you have to plant it deeper, and then you have to get them taller pots, so that if this is the distance between the base of the plant here, and you have an extension as tall as this, then it will train the leaf to grow upwards, taking the form of a singular leaf or the bat type form, which is most commonly in Hallei species or other sinus-simiorum species of Sansevieria. So that's all I can get with regards to the data. With regards to um, leaf length, I'd have to again clip the camera so I can get uh, some measurements. Okay, so I'll have to position the camera as such so I can take in measurements. And the leaf would be around, leaf length would be around 6 to 6.5 inches. Same with the non-variegated type here, 5 to 6.5 inches. That's what I usually record when regards to the rosette form of sinus-simiorum Sansevieria that I come up with. So again, this was an offset that I separated before. Like I mentioned, I got my sinus-simiorum first, and it wasn't variegated. This one mutated in the garden, so I separated and I grow it or separated it from the one that it came from, which is just slightly variegated, and it mutated further into having a brighter yellow, not really bright as the usual ones that you see, but brighter than the one that mutated before it. So I'll move it to the side so we can discuss the species further. I'll just show you the offset. This is the offset that we have propagated from it. So it's a two-leaf offset, and I thought this was going to be a bat type form or singular leaf form, but I think it's going to still be rosette after it's going to grow this leaf as well. And like when I uprooted it a while ago, there was another offset growing in this offset that I removed. So from this offset, it has had a growing offset coming from it. It's not it has not sprouted up the soil yet, so it's still under there, and I will be observing it if there will be some difference in coloration. So um, we'll set this one aside as well, so we can discuss the normal characteristics of the non-variegated sinus-simiorum. So upon checking or observing, I'll just again take the camera from the clip so I can focus on what we're discussing. And this is a normal sinus-simiorum non-variegated form or non-variegated version, and you can see clearly the characteristics that it has the dark green longitudinal lines on the top portion of the leaf or the adaxial part. On the back part you will also see some longitudinal lines on them, although very short. The ones that are long are on the insides of the leaf or the uh, adaxial part of the leaf. So same with the other leaf. You can see that the ones on the insides are longitudinal lines that are dark, and they're longer and more pronounced compared to the ones that are on the sides. There are also longitudinal lines on the sides, and this is a rosette form again, folks, and this is the singular leaf form or the bat type form. So for the bat type form, I've seen in other people's posts that they could grow longer, more than 24 inches. So mine right now is, let me just check how tall that is so we can put it under on the record. So it's almost reaching 11 inches, and I'm not sure if it will keep on growing taller, but I might need to have it transferred or planted directly to the ground so that it can reach the maximum height potential, because in the wild I think they can grow to heights at more than 2 feet, perhaps reaching 3 feet, 4 feet, I'm not sure, but mine right now is just about 10 inches. So folks, we're done discussing about the pattern of the leaf and the form of the leaf. So it can like I said, singularis form or bat type, then the rosette form, and usually the leaf form itself, they are not uniform. You will see that this part right here is bending in an unnatural way. So same with this one, you would see that it's like curling, but actually it's very healthy. So this one is like showing that it's a curling leaf or closing leaf, but it's actually normal for it. And that is one of the distinct characteristics of the sinus-simiorum that was collected with the collection number R1734, compared to the other sinus-simiorum or sinus Zimbabwe, so to speak, because simiorum translates to monkey bay, and the other sinus was found in Zimbabwe. So I'm not sure why sinus-simiorum is kinda carried over to all forms of the species, irregardless of where they were collected, because simiorum should just translate to be monkey bay. In locality, the name of the place is Simiorum, I think, and then in English it converts to monkey bay. So the other one is found in Zimbabwe, not Monkey Bay, so it shouldn't have the name sinus-simiorum as well, but Sinus-Zimbabwe. So I'm not really sure what the experts have decided on the name of the species, but like I mentioned, I think the Sinus-Simiorum is carried over to all the species of the one that I'm showing you right now. So next I'll probably show you the one with the collection number R 0979, which is collected in Zimbabwe, and I'm hesitant to call it Sinus-Simiorum and instead call it Sinus-Zimbabwe because, like I said, it's found in Zimbabwe, not in Monkey Bay. So, but we'll deal with that when we're already discussing it. So right now, I'm just showing you R1734, which is very distinct to R0979. So with regards to leaf form, like I mentioned, it's not uniform. It's not a normal leaf growth, or almost having ununiform curling. You would say that it's unhealthy, not an unhealthy, not a healthy specimen, but that is the normal growth for the rosette. So same here, you would see that it's like it's curling, and it's ununiform towards all the leaf forms. You see, it's unnatural curl, but that is normal for sinus-simiorum. So that is one of the distinct characteristics, because you will not see that you will not see this form of leaf growth when we discuss the other sinus with the collection number R0979. So folks, I think this is it for this content, and we successfully repotted it. I'll be returning them to their successive uh, locations where I was growing them. They seem to have or grow there healthily, and another thing that I like about Sinus-simiorum is that they do not easily get fungal infections. You see the variegated form. I leave it out in the rain, uh, and it doesn't easily get fungal infections or the brown spot sickness of the usual Sansevierias when they're variegated. So they're like not susceptible for it, but I'm still very careful not to overexpose them to too much rain. So folks, I think this is it for this content, and if you like what I have presented for you, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed watching. So also, if you have any questions or suggestions, just feel free to leave a comment below. Aside from that, I have nothing to add. So folks, thank you for watching. You have a great day.